Hi. Well, we finally managed to get out of the house. The weather hasn't been that great actually. We had quite a bit of rain and the weather's got kind of cool. The temperature's got cool, you know. Hey! Hey, darling. Are you okay? Hey, good job. Come on. Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Come on. É sua? Okay. So, anyway, we finally managed to go for a little bit of a walk. And we came to an area that, we haven't actually been to before, even though we know this area around Luso so well. But there's a train station here that we didn't know about, and there's also a little bridge, and we're wondering if we could walk on it. Is that the bridge? I'm not sure. That might be where the train goes over. Anyway, my mom said there's a bridge here that goes across a sort of beautiful wooded area, and that you can walk across it. She used to when she was a child with her parents, but I don't know if that's where the train runs. So anyway, we're here, so we're going to find out. Anyway, this is kind of nice, it's peaceful, but we're just here for the first time, like I said. I have no idea how far we can go. And even if we can walk on that bridge. So let's try anyway. So there's the bridge. And the bridge is the railway line that we thought was closed and that you could walk on. So I don't know what my mom's talking about. Anyway, maybe when she was young, they would just walk on it anyway. But I don't think you're allowed to now, and it's probably not very safe. Well, I guess that was it. So anyway, I'm going to walk around in a different area here and see what else we haven't filmed yet that we can include in the video. Anyway, at least now we know. There was a place we wanted to go and visit. I thought it was about 20 minutes from my mother's house. Bab thought it was half an hour. And then later we found out it's actually over 40 minutes. So that was too far to go to today. Past few days it was kind of rainy and cloudy, and before that I was sick for a few days. So we didn't make it there. Hopefully we will the next, week or so. We'll see. Bab's going away for a month to see his family in India. So then I'm going to have quite a lot to do with the animals. So we'll see. If we can make another video before he goes. And hopefully the weather improves too, because that makes a big difference. Because here in Portugal, it's really the interest, if you like, the things worth seeing are outside rather than inside. And so you need good weather, you know, to be able to explore different villages and things like that and places. It's still only May, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see if it improves, gets warmer. It got warm for a while and then suddenly it cooled down again, which is kind of strange. So, just here back at the train station. It's very quiet. Anyway, this is close to the Busaco area, but we haven't actually filmed this area before. It's quite pretty in places, quite natural. Once you get away from the eucalyptus plantations. Up to some old windmills, historic windmills, high up in the Busaco area. But we haven't been there in a long time, so we don't know what it's like now, if it's been a little bit neglected. So we shall see. There used to be a nice little restaurant up there as well. And when Dad was alive, we would sometimes go up there. Then that closed down. Actually, it was kind of a cafe, I think. It closed down and then somebody else took over. So now we don't know if they're still there or not. Okay, anyway. So we're actually quite high. I'm not sure what that village is down there. Beautiful area, but it's kind of had some problems because of the wildfires and of course the hurricane in the winter did quite a bit of damage in some of these places. Windy kind of hill roads, quite narrow. Have to be careful because some traffic comes very fast along these roads. Okay, well, it looks like, what's this here? Huh? Is this anything to do with it, or? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're still driving up the windy road towards these historic windmills. And we're not talking about wind turbines, by the way. We're talking about real historic stone windmills that, you know, are no longer used, but they are a tourist attraction. One of them, I think, was turned into a little museum. Wasn't it that? As far as I remember. Turbines up there, but that's not what we're coming to see. There's the big wind turbine, massive, these things, aren't they? Can't say this is where are we going? Moinhos. Okay, so it's on the left here where it says Moinhos, which means windmills. See the sign up here? See the sign there? Okay. So it's up here. I think we're almost there. Looks like we have arrived. See where it says Museu do Moinho? That means Museum of the Windmill. Moinhos, windmills, cafeteria. So there is a cafeteria still there. But it's owned by different people because the original owner died, as far as I remember. Anyway, there's some beautiful views from here. That's the cafe there on the right, I believe. Anyway, here we are, and that's the cafe, but that looks closed. Perhaps it just opens later in the year or something, I don't know. Because it's only May now, so it's possible that it's just closed, but it looks a bit gutted out inside, doesn't it? I don't know, I can't quite tell. Yeah, it's strange. This used to be quite a thriving little area. And seats out here, you know, over there. It just kind of looks like abandoned, really, doesn't it? Anyway, beautiful views here. And then the windmills are actually up here. Anyway, since we weren't able to do that nice walk along that bridge that we that we thought was a, you know, we didn't know was a train line, we decided to come here since this is only another 10-15 minutes along the way in this area. So here we go. Rota dos Moinhos de Busaco. Anyway, this just gives you a little bit of information. It's a beautiful area to hike. But again, you have to be careful because of wildfires. There's the museum right here. So I'm assuming it's probably just not the right time of year. It's late now, so it would be closed even if it was open earlier, but I just don't get the feeling that it was. I think it's the wrong time of year. There's the windmill, one of them. Oh, here's the other one. Looks like they've been restored. Look at this. Because they were mostly in ruins, from what I remember. Look how beautiful they are. Stunning. That one. Compared to those modern wind turbine things, I mean, there's just really no comparison. We don't know how to create beautiful things anymore. Some of these in other parts of the country have been made into houses, renovated to small homes. Looks like that one over there still needs some work. But look at the views. We're actually quite high up. It's just kind of, one thing about Portugal, just blows my mind that some of the most beautiful places like this are just kind of semi-abandoned, you know, despite the local authorities' efforts to renovate things, to open them to the public. It's like people are not that interested. Can you imagine if this was the UK? Even America. There'd be lots of people here already, even at this time of year. In the UK, there'd be people walking up here, dog walkers, you know, people running, cyclists. We didn't see, well, practically nobody. But they have made quite an effort. See, these have been renovated here too. Beautiful plant there. Flowers. There's a little old water fountain. I just love to see historical, what do you call it, reenaction or whatever, what it must have been like back in the old days, working here, living here. Bob wants me to go on that kiddish TV thing over there. There's a guy up there in the watchtower sort of thing. He's actually up there, which is interesting. I don't quite know why. Hello. This is what? Busaco TV?
It's Panicola. It's Panicola.
Is it? I didn't know this was Panicola. I thought it was Busaco. So we are in Panicola, which we were going to do a video on. And we didn't. Because we thought it was going to be too far. So we ended up driving all the way up here, which is probably just the same distance. Maybe for another video. It's Bab enjoying the swings. Yeah, I don't quite get the connection here with that weird sort of outdoor living room with the TV. It's strange. Anyway, let's see the other windows over here. It looks like the guy working up there on the tower is... Anyway, I don't want to film too closely because he's sitting up there. He's probably has something to do with the turbines up there. I expect there's a big line of them. Look at this. This one hasn't been renovated. Gives you an idea. Way. Look at this. Wow. Good. People haven't used it as a toilet, but I suspect they have. Anyway, let's see. Zoom out a bit. Well, I suppose you could make a little house on 2 levels. A bit cramped, but cute. Amazing. This one's nice. They put these little tables with chairs for tourists. But I have a feeling that unless the cafe is open, I have a feeling that nobody comes up here. Because most people here, they go places because they're interested in eating. It's very much an eating and drinking culture, so no, I don't suppose it's open. Probably not a good idea for it to be open or unlocked. Kind of stone chair. So unless that place is going to be open, that cafe, you probably won't get anyone coming up here. It's the sad reality, but I have a feeling that that is the case. I was just watching a YouTube video about a guy in Scotland who goes and stays in the Bofies. And people, they just walk up there in these remote areas. You know, you can hardly find anywhere, you know, that's where you can be alone, because there's always people hiking everywhere. Walkers are everywhere, but not so much in Portugal. They're not really big outdoors, nature loving kind of people. Look at this. It's nice, isn't it? I wish they would still use them. That would be great. Grind flour, perhaps. Grains. Penacova, that's the name of this, you know, the district or city or whatever it's in, town, is your living room to be in. Okay? Not very imaginative, but whatever. So, this beautiful tree. What is it? Not really sure, are you? For a moment I thought it was an olive tree, but it's not. Anyway, lovely. It's rather like a flight, you know, an airport watchtower, only smaller. The turbines? Well, I suppose you could call them windmills, modern ones, I don't know. Okay, I just came back to the parking area. Bob just showed me this. It's I guess kind of a map, you call it? And it shows where all the names of all the hills, like, you know, you can see out there. See, it's a little bit misty. And it shows what each one is. So it's kind of nice, but easier to understand and read if you come here, you know, and visit the area. So, yeah. So anyway, I guess you just look out there and identify the line of the hills. Anyway, I was going to film this, the English one, but I don't know if you're going to be able to read it. Probably not, but this just tells you a little bit. I'll just kind of zoom in, well, not zoom in, but get a bit closer. Just tells you a little bit here about this area. You could always pause it if you want to read it. So, yeah, there you go. Interesting. So, anyway, that was it. Nice little place. And we just we were standing at that one over there, that windmill, just outside the door. We were thinking of just taking a picture and making a thumbnail for the video. And we heard a TV or something inside. So obviously there are people staying there. But are they people who work here? Like, for example, the guy who's, working in the tower? Or do they rent out to tourists? We're not sure. Might be worth looking up, huh? So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I think we're going to head back now because it's quite late. We've got to take care of the animals. So, also when we were at that train station back there, there was a woman with a dog, and she tied the dog to a street post just in front of the station, and it looked like she was living there in an apartment next to it, but we couldn't figure out why she would tie the dog outside, next to the parking area, and just leave her there. So we're going to drive back that way just to make sure the dog's not there and she wasn't trying to abandon her. When we first arrived, the dog came running towards me with her leash. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but in case that dog is still there, if she is, then we're just going to call the police and have them deal with it, because, we can't take every dog that we find. So anyway, but we're heading back, and hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.